All right, thanks for being here, everybody. I'm here to talk about the UiPath Insider Program, which um, by joining and more importantly, participating, you could have a pretty significant influence on the direction of UiPath products, the latest technologies in innovation, in AI, in automation. And I want to start just by giving you a quick introduction about myself. I've been at UiPath since 2018, so coming on 5 years now. And I started the company as a release manager focused on the product, but focused on internal readiness, getting it ready to ship. So everything from security and legal and marketing, everything getting it ready to ship. And we kind of noticed there was a gap in external preparedness and validation from customers and partners saying this product in the value, in the features that it has, and the value that we're seeing from it is ready from our perspective. And that's where we started building the Insider program, because we really needed customer feedback and validation on all of our new technologies before shipping it. And so my main priorities for the last several years, and even now, are focusing on ensuring the Insider program brings strong mutual value to both customers and partners and internal UiPath product and engineering teams. So I'm making sure the gives and the gets of the program are equal. We know it's a tall ask to volunteer to take our new technologies that are in early beta and preview, test them out with your scenarios and provide feedback. So we wanted to couple that with a lot of value from engaging our product team directly, opportunities to learn about all these new technologies. So it feels fair that we're not just asking you to volunteer your time, test new things, give feedback, and feel like you're doing the majority of the work. My job is to make sure it's valuable for both sides. And I'm advocating for the customers and partners and for our internal product and engineering team. So the second main focus is maximizing feedback. So getting as many people to participate in our private previews and our public previews as possible. The more feedback we get, the better decision-making happens in the product team. I say, and I've told our chief product officer, my job is to make his team have a harder job. It's the product manager. A product manager's job is not easy. They make some tough decisions. And I want to make sure that's fueled by customer feedback. It's as customer-centric as possible. So feedback, testing your own scenarios on how things work, especially as customers and partners who will be the first to adopt these technologies. They're building it for you. So I want to make sure that feedback is considered early. Additionally, I also manage our bi-yearly product marketing launches. So upcoming 23.4, which is coming out in April, May, and then 23.10, which is coming out in October. I spearhead coordination of all the different marketing and go-to-market teams to get that out. So let's talk about the Insider program. Our mission, put simply, is providing visibility, and not just visibility and early access to everything upcoming from UiPath, complemented with those exclusive opportunities I mentioned to make a real impact on product direction and priorities by engaging and submitting feedback directly to the product team. And I underline the word directly because that's what it is. We're pre-release with all these things that we're building. There's no support model yet out in the wild. And if there's issues with the product or feature, the product team gets the feedback directly. They help our customers directly who are testing these new things. You're joining preview kickoffs, feedback roundtables, focus groups directly with the product team, with the research team, the people building the product. So there's no middleman. This goes right to the product team. And those are the opportunities we work hard to make happen. Every year we run about 10 we run about 30 to 40 different private previews, about 30 different public previews, and about 30 or 40 different focus group opportunities, which is engaging even early before we even have code written, talking to our product team and research team, and telling them what makes sense and what doesn't make sense about mockups and prototypes and things like that. And I mean, it has a significant impact to get it directly, your feedback directly to the product team. So joining the Insider program, if you haven't joined already, it's a 2-minute process. It's simple. You get instant access to the Insider portal. You get invited to our monthly demo day every third Wednesday. We collect all the product managers releasing new things in preview or GA. And we go, get on a call with, a lot of internal go-to-market teams and also all of our insiders and tell them what we're working on, what they can get access to now, and we're working to deliver in the upcoming major release. And when you join, you will fill out, if you see this middle picture here, it says select your UiPath interests. We ask you, what do you care about? Are you interested in AI or document understanding? Or do you only care about attended automation or Automation Hub? It's up to you. Or you can select the box that's all UiPath technologies. What this does, it changes the kinds of notifications you get and the alerts about, hey, there's an upcoming private preview for this product. We want to make sure we don't spam you. I'm sure you get a lot of emails from UiPath. We want to give you the most relevant emails about the most relevant opportunities. And like I mentioned, once you complete the sign-up flow, you get instant access to the Insider portal. One caveat I wanted to mention is that right now it requires using a business email address. So Gmail, Yahoo, all those kinds of things. You'll get that kind of red notice. We're kind of considering if we should update that. We've been very focused on making this program, optimizing it for existing customers and partners. But like talking to the community today, like there's a huge amount of value for us, getting as many people to get access and test these new technologies as possible and amp up that level of feedback for our product team to make their job harder, to help them make better decisions. So if you're not registered and it's explicitly because you don't have a work email, we'd love to hear that feedback and see if there's maybe a workaround we can figure out. Anyways, let's talk about the benefits. I've outlined a few. We have some standard benefits like we have on uipath.com/insider, but I tried to write these from the perspective of, as an active community member, what kind of benefits will you get by joining the program and being active? So the first is, I've mentioned this a lot, exclusive access to cutting edge innovations. You're the first to test and explore these new capabilities early in the development phase. And what that gives you is a few things. Kind of a strategic advantage. You understand what new capabilities are coming in the future. So as you're working to kind of troubleshoot and problem solve, you can use that to your advantage. Just understanding like, oh, I've been working on this issue and rather than spending hours on a workaround, understanding that what's coming out maybe in a couple months will solve your problem, you'll be able to optimize your time. You'll also be able to, if you're part of an organization, an automation team, you have your own roadmap about the kinds of technologies you want to use from UiPath, the products you're going to adopt, the automations you're going to tackle, so you can better plan your own roadmap with confidence, understanding what's coming out in the pipeline. The next thing is the direct product team influence. So by participating, you're empowered to this is the best opportunity any of our customers and partners have to influence and shape what we are building. Again, by giving that feedback, by participating and giving feedback directly to the product team. And you'll find as you join private previews, the product team is hungry. They want to see customers using these new things. They want to hear about your use cases, your pain points, your specific scenarios you're targeting for testing these new technologies. And that's why we open up the Insider portal. That's why when previews start, we book bi-weekly feedback roundtables so you can have time with them to tell them what's working and what's not. And I've seen it time and time again for the last 3 to 4 years. Feedback from preview in focus groups shapes what we eventually release for GA. And the good thing about it, if you take the time to test it and give feedback, what's released for GA will likely be a better fit for your specific scenarios and your needs. It's also, I mean, I've touched on this a little bit, but it's a unique opportunity for learning, for professional growth. You'll get to understand what our team is working on building, understand the roadmap a lot more, kind of help set yourself apart. Just if you have that technical curiosity, and have kind of an understanding of what our product team and our innovation team is focusing on for the next 6 months to a year, you'll kind of be set apart, like I mentioned. You'll stay at the forefront of where automation is going and help propel your career. Additionally, Vibor leads our MVP program. And one factor that's taken into consideration when we do the signups is participation in the Insider program. So the more active you are, it's seen favorably when all the nominations come in and the selection process happens for MVP. Active participation is looked at in a really positive light. So that's another benefit. It could help boost your chances to becoming the next UiPath MVP. So this slide, let me just build it out real quick. There's a lot on it, but I wanted to make it clear where in the development lifecycle you can get involved, the scope of that, the benefits, how much time you need to commit in the kind of journey through that process. So I'm going to take a few minutes to build this out so it's crystal clear the kind of opportunities that are available when you join the Insider program. So focus groups, I've mentioned this a couple times. This is pre-code. This is product team might have their roadmap. Maybe they have some thoughts and ideas. They want to have these 5 discussion points, get on a call with 20, 30, 50, 100 customers and talk through what they're planning to do and hear feedback if it's the right plan. There's a saying that when things are on paper, it's 100 times cheaper to make changes. Early in the development lifecycle, it's absolutely true. And we've seen the first version of things coming to preview be a better fit for our customers because we did early research and focus groups. So the benefits are you get to engage with them as early as possible, maximize your impact, strongest possibility of influencing the product direction. And the best part about it is it's just an hour of your time. You'll get it in email. It'll say, we're doing a focus group for, I know we did one recently on the OpenAI connectors, trying to understand how everyone is planning to use generative AI in automations. Just an hour of your time. We sent out 3 different options. You can choose the one that fit best for your time and then join, listen to a bit from the product team, maybe about a quick demo, maybe some wireframes or prototypes that they have in mind. And then we go into discussion and it's an open forum and their job is to listen. It's 80% conversation and discussion and 20% us presenting what's going on. And the biggest benefit is you register, you join for an hour, you get your point across and it's heard. The next thing is private previews. This is all about mainly what I've been talking about. This is 80% of what we do in the Insider program, which is the first version of some new capability, new product on the road to getting it out to GA, out to public preview and out to GA release. It could be a new cloud product and feature. It could be an upgraded version of Orchestrator or automation suites, Kubernetes suites. And, the benefits are what I've mentioned before. You get to engage the product team directly as you're testing it, have that direct product support, but get feedback directly to the product team about what you're trying to accomplish, why it's interesting to you, issues you've run into. You can better plan your roadmap. Time commitment, this is where, it varies from preview to preview. If you're installing a new version of Automation Suite, there's quite a bit of setup and prerequisites, and it could take a good amount of time to do that early validation. So what is released for GA is a better fit for you. But, if it's a new cloud feature like VB expressions for apps, it's fairly quick to get set up, to try it out, to think a little bit about how it might benefit you by reading the documentation, watching the demos, testing it out, and giving feedback to the product team directly on what's working and what's not. And the journey is, after you join the Insider program, if you have whatever interests you have, you'll get an email saying, preview, we're recruiting for it. It's going to start in a month or so. You'll get invited after you're registered to our kickoff. We'll give you access. You'll start testing your scenarios. You'll submit feedback, and you'll also get invited to just stay in touch with our product team by joining our feedback roundtables. And then as the preview is progressing, usually about 1 to 3 months, we will send a few surveys out, just asking for your feedback. A big thing is gathering feedback on what's not working well. It's pretty straightforward. You submit tickets to the Insider portal. But for what's working well, we generally don't hear that feedback. And it's something that's actually equally as important. Like, hey, product team, what you built is working really well for me. So we're starting to send a lot more quick surveys to go, hey, have you tried it out? Where are you at in your testing? And is it working well? If so, let us know. The next stage of release is public preview. This is where things are a bit more stable, more features are added, and improvements have been made based on private preview feedback. And so if you want to wait until things are a little bit more stable, feature rich, you can wait until things are in public preview. It's closer to the GA ready version. The downside is, the whole public has access to these new capabilities. They're closer to the release, so the impact is less. Likely the feedback you'll submit, if it's high severity, it'll be considered for the GA release, but if it's not, it'll likely be put on the roadmap and considered for upcoming iterations. And this is at your own pace. You can participate. When you join the Insider program, you can instantly start testing out public previews, no registration required. And finally, on the Insider portal, we have pages there for all of our GA products. You have improvement suggestions, you can submit them anytime, and they go to the right respective product teams. So when you submit an improvement suggestion for, say, Automation Hub, the Automation Hub product and engineering team will get a Slack notification in their main channel saying feedback from the Insider program, improvement suggestion, and it gets right in their face. And they, with one click, can add it to their product roadmap for consideration and planning. So I know this was a lot. Hopefully building it out helped digest a lot of this information. Hopefully you can understand all the opportunities available when joining the Insider program. Let me go to the next slide. So Insider portal versus community forum. I just want to make this incredibly clear, the difference between the two. So anyone can join with a business email. That's kind of a restriction right now for the Insider program. You learn about the upcoming private preview and product releases. This is where you can submit private feedback directly to the UiPath product team. This is the key distinguishing difference. We built the Insider program because we heard from a lot of customers, they didn't like the idea of publicly sharing their feedback, which could include screenshots, could include log files and other sensitive information. They wanted a secure, easy place to submit their feedback. So it's private, and A benefit is you will be able to collaborate with others from your company. So based on your domain name, you'll be able to see tickets from others at your company. And usually, actually, that's something available if you request it. So if you have a team of people at your company that are going to actively participate in previews, let us know and we'll set that up. Also, this is direct product team support for pre-release features. Once things ship to general availability, that's when things roll into our normal product support lifecycle, where we have SLAs for response time, for helping our customers, especially those paying for premium support. When it's pre-release, they're not involved yet, and so the product team is expected to directly support anyone using the technologies, any bugs that they encounter, help troubleshoot to get things set up and get things fixed. And typically what happens is bugs for pre-release, we try to enforce responding, acknowledging, and starting to investigate within 24 hours of the bug submission. For improvements and questions that get submitted, we have kind of an informal 48-hour SLA for that. So the product team is pretty quick to engage, especially for in private preview when they're really hungry for feedback. Their job is to make sure you're successful, that you want to and can adopt the new thing they built. And feedback that gets submitted, one click, they can push it to Jira, make sure it's a bug, get it into a bug state in Jira in front of the right engineering team, or they can push it to our internal product management system called Product Board. Community forum, anyone can join. I call this the ultimate resource for UiPath. So finding solutions, sharing best practices, asking questions, and getting this fantastic community support. I won't spend too much time on this because I think everyone is very familiar with the forum. Our MVPs there are assisting, answering questions, helping troubleshoot. You learn about the latest public previews, community previews, and GA releases. You get to engage any UiPath employee that's active on the forum. And that could be from numerous teams, not just the product team. So we have a ton of UiPath experts internally, from services, from pre-sales, that are active on the forum. They're building stuff themselves and they use the forum as well. So that's kind of the key differences. So I'm going to jump into a demo of the Insider portal to make sure everyone's familiar with how to use it and the benefits that it can offer. Do we have chat? Feel free to ask questions anytime. I'm happy to.
Yeah, if you have any question, you can also unmute and ask question.
Yeah, let's do it. While I get this set up. Not, that is perfectly fine. I do want to mention you can always reach me at insider@uipath.com. So I just made a video that kind of clips together a lot of the benefits of the Insider program. And I want to start here. I want to play this video. And Vibora, tell me if it starts skipping or you don't hear the audio. I'm going to start it now. Welcome to the UiPath Insider portal, where you get exclusive access to the latest innovations from UiPath. Immediately after registering, all insiders get access to the Insider portal, so you can start exploring and participating right away. The first thing you should do is download our monthly product demo day invite. We created this event just for our insiders. Hosted on the third Wednesday of each month, you learn directly from the product team what new features and products are releasing that month, whether that's in preview or general availability. They'll walk you through the value proposition, the benefits, and of course, demo how it all works. 2 important notes: the Monday before each demo day, we'll email out the agenda and timings, so you can join to watch the demos that are most relevant and interesting to you. Second, we highly encourage you to join live and ask questions directly to the product team. But in case you can't, recordings are always posted here to the Insider portal on the Friday following the demo day. You can click here to watch the latest demo day, and we also have it posted in the carousel above. And you'll see the full playlist of everything that was demoed that month. Next, providing feedback in the Insider portal is easy. In this dropdown here,
We have separate feedback pages for every private and public preview where we share everything you need to get started, product guides, demos, installers, and more. And for each preview, you can submit feedback of all kinds directly to the respective product team. Questions, bugs, improvement suggestions. And even though we have a strong focus on our pre-release features and products, we also have pages set up for our generally available products. So you can submit suggestions anytime directly to the right product team. In this dropdown, your default view will show all the public previews and the generally available products. Private previews will show up at the top and will only show up once you register and get onboarded to those private previews. And if you want to make the biggest impact to our product development, we highly recommend joining and being active in our private previews. It's the absolute best way to influence product direction in ways that will heavily benefit your company. Now you might ask, what's in private preview and how do I get access? Everything you need is listed down in the preview roadmap and registration section. You'll see all active previews, public and private, a short description of what it is, the onboarding status, as well as the onboarding notes to set expectations of when you'll get access after you register, a link to register for that particular preview, and then the GA target date. At the bottom, you'll notice in planning previews, this is what's coming soon to preview and any call to action for those upcoming previews. To register for a private preview, simply click the registration link. It'll open up the registration survey, which outlines even more details about the preview, prerequisites, onboarding timeframe, and then we'll ask a series of questions to help us understand a little bit about your environment, what you're trying to accomplish with this new preview feature. Once you're onboarded, your account is enabled, we provide you access to the preview page in the Insider portal. You'll receive a welcome email with next steps. And once you click Get Started, you'll be able to access the preview page, read through the instructions, watch the demos, and submit feedback by clicking one of the buttons above, which when submitted will notify the right product and engineering team who will promptly respond and help. So that's a quick introduction to the Insider portal.
All right. So that's a quick introduction to the Insider portal, snapped together in a more expedient way than I can explain in a live demo. But once you get access, I just recommend starting to explore, seeing what is in public preview, checking out the documentation, the guides, the demos, watching the latest product demo day recordings. If we look at 23.6, which is, you'll see all these new things that were discussed and demoed directly by the product team. So these are the things that generally the product team is most excited to talk about. So a lot of things will be release defining features, things that they're looking to solidify on the road to our upcoming release. And down at the bottom is a list of everything that's in private and public preview and everything coming soon. You'll notice this coming soon, it gets updated fairly regularly. I recommend checking the Insider portal, once a week, seeing what's out there and just have an understanding of what the team is working on and registering for the things that you're most interested in. All right. So next steps, I want to, thank you for listening, being here to learn about the Insider program. Just what you can do next is first join the Insider program. It takes 2 minutes. Again, if you don't have a business email address, email me at insider@uipath.com. We're in this process of potentially opening it up to allow more community users to take advantage. I would recommend registering and joining at least one private preview each release cycle. So in the months leading up to April and leading up to October, that's when we're going to start shipping things in preview that we're looking to get early feedback on so we can prepare for the upcoming general availability release. Engage the product team, test your scenarios, submit feedback to the Insider portal, and respond to any kind of pulse surveys you get or sign-off surveys about the previews. Let us know what's working well, in addition to issues you found or questions that you have. Keep your Insider profile interests updated. you'll notice when you're in the insider profile, there's a gear icon in the top right. You can click that and you can add interests. Sometimes we add new interests if we have like new products, so you can get notified of those, but we'll send out notifications about those. Also, this is a big one. If you are self-hosted at your company, meaning you're using Automation Suite, you have Orchestrator installed and other MSIs you've used to install the server products, we release cloud first for all of our new capabilities. And, sometimes it can be 3 months to a year before it comes to the on-prem release. I strongly recommend having an Automation Cloud account set up, something where you can test all the new features, because when you test them with your scenarios in mind, that feedback still makes an impact. I know it's a little bit longer term for you to see the output of testing early and providing feedback, but you'll be in a better position once it does come to an on-prem deployment modality and you're looking to upgrade and help improve that process. So that's what I have for today. I want to thank you again for being here, for listening, learning about the Insider program. Let's open it up if there are any questions. If not, I think Vibor mentioned we'll share the recording shortly afterward. I'll share a direct link to that Insider portal demo, and you can reach me anytime at insider@uipath.com as well.
Yep.
So any questions?
Thank you, Dan. Hi guys, if you have any question, feel free to ask. And if you are already an insider, if you want to share your experience for others to know, you can share that as well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Luis.
Yeah, here Luis Fernando Pasos. I'm actually from Venezuela, and I am registered to the Insider program not long ago. I reached with my business account, with my business email, and I've been having like this problem while I try to log into the Insider program sometimes, because I have like 3 accounts of UiPath. I have one community account that is what it was the one for me as always, and the first that I used. I have another account that I'm using for the job I have, and then I have my account that is essentially only the account that I use for the Insider program. This is not much as a question. It's just like something that I've been experienced, is that sometimes I have errors logging to the Insider program. Like the UiPath sometimes like understands that I have multiple accounts, sometimes logged into my computer. Sometimes it likes redirects the login to other accounts. So sometimes I have that problem trying to log into the Insider program, because I think I have too many accounts.
I don't think you're alone
in my computer.
I think having multiple accounts, a community account and a business account, your personal account, and we're starting to hear that kind of feedback. And let's connect offline. I mean, I'd love to just get on a call and see this experience, or just learn more about it, and I can make sure our development teams are aware and we can help. We just like our product teams want early feedback, same thing for the program and the Insider portal. So Luis, can you email insider@uipath.com and we'll have a discussion?
Insider, give me a second.
Insider. Yeah, I'll just post it in the chat. Insider@uipath.com.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, because it has been that mostly, because actually yesterday I was like trying to get into the Insider program, because I'm mostly interested in UiPath apps. I've been following to UiPath apps, and I've actually been working on a video with a whole bunch of recommendations, errors I have been facing, because I started working on an app that I'm trying to put into production, And I'm working on this video to provide this feedback, this overall feedback. And once I try to enter to the Insider program, and it even somehow like redirect me to create again the account. But once I wanted to create the account, the platform told me that I have already an account. So yeah, I was facing that now, like just recently, like 10 minutes ago, I successfully logged in, but it was a whole thing, you know. So yeah, it's that mostly. The rest is I'm very new to the insider program, so I still wanna, you know,
Yeah, we can
experience.
resolve that. Yeah, let's connect and I can help get that fixed for you.
Thank
I
you
think
very much. Thank you.
there's a
Yeah,
question on the chat from Kiran. If some environment need to set up for the private preview, we will get some support.
So it depends on the environment. Most, I'd say 80% of the private previews are features we enable in Automation Cloud. So we'll ask for like your account info or the tenant you want to use to enable the feature. If you're talking about like a server product, that is something our product team can help and give guidance on the initial setup. But generally, the server focused previews will be, we'll have 10, 20, 30 customers. Like Automation Suite, we just had a preview for deploying that onto a managed Kubernetes environment like AKS or EKS. And our product team engaged specific customers one-on-one, working with their IT teams, going through these kind of installation workshop kind of setups. Because it's such a big beast, it's complex, and we even have feature crews from development teams to help with that. But it depends on what I'm trying to say is it kind of depends on the preview, because previews come in all shapes and sizes and different server products. So we try our best for, if there is prerequisites and setup, we try our best for our product and engineering team to be there to help with those setup steps if needed. But the work is really something you would need to arrange, like the server setup, getting help from your infrastructure team, getting them on the call, and our team will be guidance and your team will be doing the work. So that's how it's generally set up. Any more questions? Yeah, hopefully that answered it. Arpin asks, do we get to know the dates when the preview was first available for a feature? It's a good question. We don't post it. We have that information and we can display it. Arpin, maybe you can clarify, why would that be helpful, just to understand how long it's been in preview? I'm guessing that's
yeah.
the
Hi,
reason.
Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, because I did not get any information from the portal. I am using the Insider, and I was just curious to know some of the features, right? For example, document understanding, the business rules validation.
Yeah.
I had given actually a feedback in the forum, and I just thought maybe maybe after that was it included, or before that only it was included. So for just for that purpose, I just wanted to know if there was the dates also being mentioned in the portal, so that I can have that clarification.
We have the GA target date. That's the date we have listed, which is, I mean, it's not a date, it's the release number. So 23.10 is the targeted launch date. We can update this to include the start date of the preview if that's helpful. So you can have that visibility into how long it's been in preview.
Okay.
If that would be helpful.
Yeah, that could be one more question.
Sure.
It's about the other raising the tickets for the support, right? And compared to here, we are involving with the newer features or newer products. So when we identify a problem, let's say for within a studio, and that problem cannot be solved within the current scenario, and that turns into a feature, right? We want to make it as a feature. So does that route through the product or the team who is contacting us through the support ticket, or do we need to raise it over here, or does it come?
Oh, okay. You're talking about if you have a support ticket with the official technical support, you're using a generally available product. They have feedback from you a bug or something,
Right.
they have, for generally available products, there's a direct connection between product support and product. They have a whole escalation process built where feedback from support also helps shape the product roadmap. That's actually one of the biggest contributors to further planning of GA products. So if you had an issue, support helped you resolve it or figure out a workaround, that feedback goes directly to the product team as well. That's why, that's actually a big reason, since we have that channel available. If you look here in the insider portal for GA products, it says submit suggestions anytime. So improvement suggestions, if you have ideas about how you want to improve some particular integration or studio web, we always have this open so you can submit those improvement suggestions, because I mean, you're not going to submit an idea and an improvement to the product support team. We ask that, like, if you go to Studio Web and you're submitting a suggestion, there's these guidelines you'll see. Submit suggestions anytime, open for all. When it comes to bugs, preview features only. Anything else that's GA, contact technical support. And another reason for that is technical support. If you're using a GA product and you run into an issue and you have technical support available to you, they are graded on their response time and their service to you. And that will help resolve your issue as quickly as possible. And in the end, that feedback goes to the product team. Questions, preview features only. Soon, you'll only be able to submit suggestions on the insider portal, because sometimes we do get questions and bugs submitted for GA products. That answer your question, Arpid?
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. A great question. And just to mention one last thing, our ask is that you those tips that I just mentioned, participate as much as possible. But if you just have the time to join the insider program, join the demo days, and kind of just stay aware of what we're working on, it's really going to help with your careers, help you be educated on what we're working on, help for any problems you're running into the future, just by understanding our roadmap and new things in the pipeline. So feel free to join, be very active. That's our ask to you. But if you don't have the time, you can just join in mainly for awareness. That's completely fine. And joining our demo days to learn about everything that's new and upcoming. Okay.
Right. Sorry. Before we finish, the download monthly product demo day invite, the document that it downloads, is it possible to bring it to the Gmail, my Gmail account, my Google account? Because when I download it, instantly opens the Gmail application of my Windows software. So I want to bring all that information and book all those events in my Google account. Is it possible to bring all that into it?
When you download it, it doesn't just download an ICS file to your desktop?
It does, but once I open it, opens it in my email application of the Windows. So I imagine I can bring that file into my Google account, but I don't find it. So I just want to know if it's possible, because I tried it just now and I haven't found it. But if you say it's possible, I have just to do some research, to be honest. So it's just
That's a
little
good question.
Yeah.
I might consider updating this for, instead of just downloading an ICS file, maybe adding download ICS or add to Google Calendar, having links to quickly do that. I think in Google Calendar, you can import an ICS file. There's a feature for that. But let me investigate and I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of tricky, to get that information
Yeah.
really comfortable into my ecosystem, let's say. So yeah, it's just for that.
Okay. I mean, you could open it in whatever, if you open the ICS file, and then you can click the forward button and send it to your Gmail account. That's another option. But let me
I'll
play
check
around.
that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good questions. Even little things about usability like this, or things where you're trying to do anything with the Insider program or on the Insider portal, and it's a few steps longer than you were expecting, or a frustrating experience. Also, feedback we'd love to hear. All right, I think we can close it for today. Appreciate everyone joining. Like I mentioned, reach